Previously on Luckyfish. In case we have to cut the anchor and come back to it later. Our anchor's holding, but we've swung really close to the end of the jetty. We're now right on a lee shore. You can see the reef just behind us there.
Stuck in the rock, first time ever. I'm angry.
That might be able to also get us moving from this place where we're stuck.
Belize is not a joke. You have to be really careful. I'm Zaya. I come from Mongolia and we have been sailing across the Atlantic Ocean and around the Caribbean for the last 5 years.
And I'm Stuart and I'm passionate about sailing and teaching sailing. And just recently our cruise expanded with the arrival of this little guy, Leo.
I'm Arjun and I recently joined the Luckyfish crew on board for the long term and I'm so excited to learn all about sailing!
We pick up the story aground on South Long Coco Key, trying to get off using a stern anchor bridled to our 2 spinnaker winches. This is called KEDGing and was our last hope to get afloat again.
Go, please move.
Take a breather. We're very close. Now you would think that the rudder would come free because we're sliding off the back of the, you know.
Still too tight.
Oh.
Yeah, also anchors for this, I think.
Righto.
It was wedged and we anchored ourselves from the back and winched it. And meantime, Stuart pulled the side, one hull, so that helped.
So I think we get the anchor in now, and we just manually guide the boat back out again, yeah?
So everything in?
Everything in, yeah. It's great news. We've got the boat floating again. Didn't have to wait till the next high tide, which...
Something on your shoulder.
Yeah. But we're just kedging off and it worked quite well actually. Anytime you're ready. Nice and slow, honey. Remember, you got people in the water in front of the boat. Okay, honey, stop there. I'm just behind you. Yeah.
Yeah, rock is always scary.
And planning these training exercises for me.
Our generosity knows no bounds.
Look at all the things we've done. We've circled around to sideswipe a jetty.
Yeah.
We've anchored in 1,000 feet. We've played hopscotch.
Yeah, hopscotch with the coral.
Can only go uphill from here.
We anchored the boat a second time, this time in sufficient water. The fish were jumping. Zaya was ready to wet a line. And Ariun checked out the snorkeling.
I'm all ready to go snorkeling. I have my mask on, have my fins on. What I'll do is I'll go down, assess the situation, and I'll come back, grab my GoPro and take you guys underwater.
It's cold. Cold? Uh-huh.
That was so good. There's a big bush right next to our boat. It has so many different colors of fishes in it. At first I was a little afraid because I couldn't see much, and then that huge bush just appeared out of nowhere. So I was a little afraid of that, but it's so nice down there. It's nice and cool.
It was getting late in the day and time to head back into Placentia.
Stu just called me and said there's a dolphin out here. Dolphin, where are you? Oh, the water is so nice. Is it 0 knots? It looks like it is. Look, there is no wave whatsoever. We're probably the only ones creating the waves and wind right here. It looks like a mirror. Oh, there it is, there it is. I saw one. Okay. Dolphin! Right here! Leo! Did you see that dolphin, little baby? Did you guys see that? There were two right below us. Woo! There's a lot in the back! The water right now is just shimmering, glossy mirror. Nothing else. No wind. Really, really, really beautiful out. Alright guys, so our sailing is coming to an end. It cannot end in a more beautiful way. Right now we are having almost 0 knots and we're just going by our motor, and it's really, really nice. The water is just shiny, glossy mirror, and I'm just sitting here and it's so beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you liked the snorkeling bit, and also there was a lot of challenge in terms of getting ourselves out of the rock, and hopefully it wasn't too much of a hassle. But we have such experienced crew on board. You know, Stuart, our captain, he's amazing. He has all these different ideas on how we can get out of that situation. Tim was super helpful, and Zaya, she's just at the best as usual, and I was kind of just taking care of Leo in the background, but we all got out of it. So, you know, there was bits of challenge, there were cooling weathers, there was hot weathers, it was just a lot of stuff in general. But at the end, we had our fun, we snorkeled, we did what we wanted to do, and now we're heading back home. 가르치는. Would you like a glass of wine? Yes, please.
Just heading back into Placentia now after what was a pretty action-packed 2 nights away. Belize really taught us a lot this last couple of days. We've learned that the weather forecast can't be relied upon this part of the world. When you anchor, you're likely to be anchoring in very deep waters, something like 20 metres. Up at Northeast Key on that first night, we did have good protection there. The second night, of course, we anchored according to the wind, but then we had that big wind change which put us on a lee shore in the middle of the early hours of the morning. So if that wasn't enough excitement, we put the boat on a bombie by being a bit over ambitious, trying to anchor in very shallow water next to South Coco Key. That was a self-inflicted wound, that one. I'll take full responsibility for that. But lesson learned there, that sort of 4 or 5 metres of water is about the limit that you want to be anchoring in. The shelves around the keys are really shallow, so luckily no major damage done. Bit of a flesh wound on the sacrificial keel on the port side, nothing too major thankfully. So now we're all, I think, pretty well looking forward to a good night's sleep back in Placentia and take it all in. But I would say, in summary, Belize is a really challenging place to sail. Certainly not impossible by any means, but you do have to have your wits about you and don't push the boundaries.
What's happening, Captain?
Well, we just bumped the bottom again. I mean, as if once isn't enough for the day.
It's a lovely bumpy day, eh?
Yeah, look, it's a real pretty place to, like you just said, it's no joke. You really have to have your wits about you. You know, we just strayed off the channel a little bit too far to the west and just bumped gently. This fella saw us and came over.
He's pointing there.
Yeah, he's good. He's
Okay.
Good. Okay. Righto.
Thank you. Yeah, what a day. Belize is another joke. You have to be really careful.
Thanks, mate. Much appreciated.
And Mom.
Oh man, I'm ready to just drop the anchor and call it quits.
No. He just said don't anchor here.
Yeah.
It's gonna breeze. It's gonna come tonight. He said.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Really?
Don't anchor here.
Oh, you're kidding me? Really?
Mm-hmm. That's what he said, right? Don't anchor here. Breeze is gonna come in the evening.
He said it's going to be a bad night, and if you're on the bottom, you'll have no boat in the morning.
Yeah. What a bloody bumpy day. Oh, we're just happy to get home. 2 days out sailing, so many things happened. My God. Strong wind came, bumped on the rock, now bumped on the grassy bottom.
Yeah, so here's where I mucked up. I didn't zoom in enough. You can see here, there's our track as we went through. That little bit of a loop right there is the spot where we first hit the ground, and if you just zoom in one level on the chart plotter, bang, it's pretty clear there's a either a sandbar or a bit of reef poking out there with a few rocks. So this was the point here where we first hit, bumped on the bottom, and then I didn't really know which way to go. I thought there was deeper water this way, so we very gingerly proceeded further into the middle of the sandbar, again not on the right zoom level. Then the fella came out, turned us around and took us out. So yeah, very reminiscent problem to poor old Vestas in the round the world race. Didn't have their chart on the right zoom level and hit a massive reef in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Bit of a trap for young players right there. Just zoom back again. There it is, gone. One click in, there it is.
So, hope you enjoyed the video and hope you stick around. We'll see you on our next one. If you liked our video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our channel. And as always, a huge thanks to our patrons for making these videos possible. If you'd like to support us, we hope you consider becoming a patron and help us continue sharing our journey.